Greetings! Welcome back to PinkOddBird. Today I'm here with a design team project. It is two design teams. One is Tsunami Rose. I'm using her digital kit Life Abloom in this book. And I am also now a member of JunkThatTreasures design team, who is Sarah on YouTube. She is Any Who Crafts. She has an Etsy store where she's got a bunch of different supplies that you can use in your journals. So I'm on her design team as well. So yay! Thank you, Sarah. So I will also be pointing out in this book the items that you can get in her shop, and then all of the digital papers in this kit are from Daisy at Tsunami Rose. And I will link to everyone's information in the description box. So this is a small book. It's about 6 by 5 and the spine is 2 1/4. But as you can see, it's really packed. The kit is Life Abloom, so I wanted to make this book look like it was sort of blooming. So all of the edges have some kind of like decoration on them and all that good stuff. So on the spine, I have some sequence trim that I got from Shayna. And then in the center, I have some vintage buttons. And these are, I forgot, I think they're green moss. But I forget the company, but they're vintage. And then there's muslin underneath there. And then on this is the back. I've got 3 layers of lace. There's 2 different white laces and 1 like sort of light green. And then on the front, I have the same 3 layers of lace. And then these little flowers you can get in Sarah's shop. It's a seam bind enclosure. I just got 2 eyelets in there. And, all right, so it's 4 signatures. As you can see, it's like huge. There's 4 signatures, 10 pages in each signature. So that's about 160-ish pages front and back on the inside. So, like I said, I tried to keep all of the, all of the decorations on the edge because this book is small as it is. So I really wanted it to be able to have a flat surface on the inside. So when you're writing, you don't get holes poked through on the paper. So all of the edges are decorated. And then as you can see in the kit, Daisy has these tabs. And I added them, these are all the tabs you get on one sheet. So I think there's 24. And then, so put together, that'll make 12 different tabs. So as you can see, I love the way that looks. All right. So I sewed some flowers on. I didn't embellish them any further than that. I just simply sewed them on. So I left the backs of the journaling cards blank this time. I distressed the fronts. But I left the backs blank because what I noticed with writing in my book that I got from Doily is I like to decorate the back of mine when I write on them. So maybe you do too. And if you don't, then maybe now you have that idea. So as you can see, the tabs are glued on, and then I sewed along the edge of the page. There's lots of sewing in this book. This is one of my file folders. It's also sewed around the edge. I can't talk today. Postcard from the kit. And then here's some more ephemera. Well, this is an extra writing paper. It's Kool-Aid stained. And this is actually paper that I got from Doily also. And they are sewn together so that I can have them going this way. More from the kit. So this is a time card that you can get from Sarah's shop. It's long originally, but what I did was to make it fit in this book is I cut it wherever I wanted to cut it, and then now I have this one little piece here that can be journaled on, and then I put them together with the brad. So now you've got 2, and then I also coffee stained it, so that's what it looks like, coffee stained. And then Daisy's kits come with these little sayings, so that's what I used as a tuck spot here. Another bag. This one is from Sarah's shop also, and I love these because they're like matte paper bags. They feel super cool. Inside I have these, it's a graft card, index card. I got this one from Shayna, but today I was looking at Sarah's shop, and you can also get these in her shop as well. And as you can see, they fit perfectly in the bag. So just some fabric washi, more paper from the kit. I just did some stamping. This is this is one of the square doilies from Sarah's shop. And basically what I did with it is I folded it to make it a small envelope. So it started out as just one of the small square envelope doilies, and then I folded it into an envelope. So you can get these in her shop and make the exact same thing that I just did. Then inside of it, I've just got some cut-offs, sewed them across the top to make a tiny little notebook. And it fits perfectly in here. Actually, and a lot of Daisy's ephemera that she has, some of the smaller stuff, can actually fit perfectly in an envelope like that. Oops. So here I sewed on this piece of ephemera from the kit. I just sewed around this edge on this side and left this side plain. So that's what it looks like. Everything is coffee stained. Mostly everything. I didn't do the file folder. So this is some really pretty trim that you can get in Sarah's store, and it's super soft. Like it's sheer, and as you can see, I sewed it just right onto the page so it can sew on really easily. But it's so delicate and dainty. I love this trim. And then I've got a doily impression here from the coffee. So that's the end of the first signature. All of the flowers are sewn on, and like I said, to the edges. Some scrapbook paper. So this is a bag that I have, and actually I used one of mine because I had it out already, but I was, like I said, looking at Sarah's shop, and you can buy these little neat little mailing bags in her shop as well. And they are super like vintage looking because this is the color that they come, like a really like vintage brown color. So if you were to do any kind of like distressing or anything on here, it would just look perfect. So another one of those little notebooks I just sewed from scrap papers. And more extra paper. Another tuck spot. Postcard. This is some of my craft core paper from Tim Holtz that Shayna got me. And as you can see, I sanded it, so that's the look that you get. And I love the way it feels, like super soft. Center of the signature. The other end of the bag, I just cut them with deckled scissors. So that's what you see. And then there's a small little 3-page little pamphlet. So I did some stamping. I don't know, it's hard to see, and this book is so small. So on this side I have some extra paper. So these are the papers that I told you I got from Doily, and like I told you guys, I like to have the lines going in the right direction. So I just took 2 of these and then I sewed them down the centers on each side so that they would stay together. And now I have a page that's big enough to fit in the book the proper way. And then this is a paint chip. I don't know if you see the color. I kind of distressed the edges, but the name of the color is White Truffle. And then on the back, I didn't glue the fabric down or adhere it. I just left it because I like the way it feels like that. And then I just sewed around the edges so it's ribbon, fabric ribbon on the back. So here's a little tab that I got from Rita. Thank you, Rita. She gave me a bunch of those. And then here I have, I made this tuck spot out of a piece of ephemera from Daisy's kit. I just cut it and then I put it on with this paper clip. And then this is a glassine envelope from Sarah's store. I just stamped the word Flutter on the envelope, and then on the inside, I coffee stained it also, so that's why it's like how it looks. And then there's some butterflies on the inside that I punched. And it's punched out of the same paper that's on the cover, so it'll match wherever you put it. So on the other side, there's more of that paper. I just stamped a feather on there lightly. That's Kool-Aid stained. The other side is the scrapbook paper. End of the second signature. So on the third signature, you can get these cool envelope library pockets from Sarah's shop. And then on this piece of ephemera that I had from the kit, I sewed around the whole thing like separately. And I just love the way it looks because there's lots of yellow in this kit, so I sewed around it with yellow stitching and then one of the graph index cards. So here, just one of Daisy's jars that's coffee stained. And then on the envelope, if you take the paper clip off, you open it. I did a little stamping there, and you can, like I had this tucked in there just like that. There's a skinny tag in the envelope, in that piece of the envelope, so it goes like that. And then on the other side, oh, did I put anything in there? Yeah. There's more, another 3-pager. And then on the envelope, I stamped the word Bloom because the kit is called Life Abloom. So here I have a little piece of stationery that I coffee stained. I got this from Shayna. And then another piece of that craft paper that I sanded to give it a vintage effect. Another paint chip, and this one is Emerald Stream and Fragrant Herbs. And then same thing, I just sewed the fabric on the back of it so you can actually journal on the front. These are flowers that actually come with the Life Abloom, I believe, so I got that from the kit. It's a perfect little book. The writing is going to go a long way in here. So there's some more of the trim. This is in a different color from Sarah's store. And it's kind of like a coral color. And again, I just sewed it on here. And then I stamped the word Abloom on the envelope. And on the inside, more of that Kool-Aid dyed paper. There's a rose on the back of that one. So here's some more ephemera from Daisy's shop. I just stapled this one up to the top, and then I have included this one in the tuck. Almost done here. So into the fourth signature. So behind the paper clip there's a postcard from the kit, and then I left this little flower, you know, not glued. It's there. And then on this piece of ephemera I also sewed around the edge, just one big edge there, and this is what it looks like. I think these are super cute little writing spaces. Some more ledger paper. This is a doily that I got from Sarah. You can get these in her shop. It's coffee stained, so I just added that in here. And then this little coin, I can't think of what they're called. The little coin, where you put the coins. You get those in Sarah's shop also. And what I did with it is I stapled off the edge and then I glued around to make it a tuck spot here. So this is some of Daisy's ephemera, and then I just tucked it right under there perfectly. And then also I made a tag And so there's a tag that slides in and out of here. So that's a neat way that you can use those little coin things. So here I have a sheet protector, and inside of it is an envelope from Daisy's kit. It's empty, but you can put something in there. On the inside it looks like that because I was printing and the kit wasn't printing out for me right. So what I did was I left it, and well, I won't say the kit, but that one page in particular. So I left it, and it actually looks pretty neat. And then this is what it looks like. So, and then I just stitched around the edge in yellow. All right. Some vellum in here, a little ribbon tab, more washi. Here's some of that trim from Sarah's shop. It's in white this time, and what I did was I sewed this piece around on this side and I let it flip over, and I sewed that piece down on the other side. Here's one more swatch of it. Can't tell you guys how soft that is, and it goes perfectly with this kit. So here's a tag from Sarah's shop, and this little bird tag is also from JunkThatTreasures. So I just distressed both of them, and I used the string that this tag came with to attach them. And then on the back I have one of those pieces from Daisy's kit. I just glued that on all the way so it's not a tuck spot or anything. Other piece of the doily, there's a doily impression here. Like I said, since this book is so small, I left a lot of writing space because otherwise it would be really hard to write in this if there's too much stuff. And that's it. And there's my stamp. So this is it. My July design team project. And yeah. Hope you like it. I will have this one listed up in my shop as well. If you have any questions, let me know. And like I said, I will link to all of the digital kit information as well as the supply information for Tsunami Rose and JunkThatTreasures. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, toodaloo.